Welcome to the Baani and Billi Show, where a cat discusses worldly matters with their human companion. This episode is presented to you by Oliver's Post, a news magazine for young readers.
Oh my god, Baani, you're not gonna believe this.
Yes! Yes!
What are you so excited about? You haven't even heard my news yet.
What? No! Get out of my way!
Are you even listening?
Game over.
Billy, I will kill you! I had finally reached the last level. Days, no months of practice, and you. Get off!
Fine. Just know this. Our friendship is over. O-V-E-R. Over!
Okay, look, I'm sorry, Billy. Just please talk to me. It was in the heat of the moment. Also, I had my reasons. Come on, Billy. This could be the most time I get to spend on video games. And obviously, I love you and I don't bear any ill will towards you. The thing is, I could be restrained to just 3 hours of video games a week. 3 hours! So I need to make most of the time I have left. Why are you laughing? You'll never understand, Billy. Look, I'm sorry I behaved badly, but this is something you won't get. Ever. What do you know exactly?
2 cans of tuna, and I'll think about talking.
1 can and you will talk.
Fine. Deal. The Baani and Billi Show.
So,
First of all, you should know that your behavior was obnoxious. Second of all, if your primary source of news is going to be online gamers, then don't ever expect to know the truth.
what truth? Who, if not gamers, would know about the rules that pertain to video games?
The 3-hour rule has been put in place in China, not here, you numbskull. I can't believe you were rude to me over fake news. Although one could argue that all terrible behavior does stem from fake news.
Are you sure, Billy? Because the handle of the player that told me about this in the first place was Anand674.
Could be an Indian person in China, could be random letters that happen to sound like an Indian name, could be a Chinese name. The last time I checked, you were no expert on the names of China.
Okay, I get your point. So tell me, what do you know about this rule anyway?
I know everything. I am omnipresent and omniscient.
Omni what now?
I'm smarter than you.
Okay, but can I play video games or not?
I have good news and bad news, Baani. On the one hand, you can definitely play video games all day, fry your brains, and destroy your body. Wait, or is that the bad news? I have bad news and bad news, Baani. You will also lose a lot of your online gaming friends because Chinese players, at least the kids, they're not going to be around anymore.
I just don't understand. How and why would the Chinese government do this to its own children? Video games are a harmless, enjoyable activity. You had a bad day. Oh, it's fine because you can always play.
With your cat? Well, the why of your question is a long story, Baani, but the how is really pretty simple. Either way, we've got to infiltrate the soul of China as we seek our answers. Are you ready for a journey, Baani?
Uh-oh. Not another Billy journey. Okay, I'm ready.
So, China is a really different place from India. On the one hand, it's a far wealthier country. In fact, it's the second richest country in the world. On the other hand, Chinese people have slightly different ideas of freedom and democracy and...
Different? They have only one political party there, Billy. The Communist Party of China. The rest of the parties basically just don't even exist. And a few years ago, their leader Xi Jinping changed the country's laws so that he could stay in power forever. So yeah, I would say that they have slightly different ideas of freedom and democracy. That's if you can even call China a democracy.
They do vote. Chinese citizens vote for their local leaders who then elect senior leaders who go on and choose the president.
Oh, come on. The people on top are so powerful that the choices of the people at the lower levels of government are almost pre-decided. And Xi Jinping is rumored to have so much control over his party members that they basically have no option but to elect him and the people he wants around him.
As a communist government, their focus is more on prosperity, law and order, and the equal distribution of wealth, more so than stuff like freedom of speech or freedom of expression.
They lock up and brutally punish anyone who criticizes them, and now they are taking their controlling rules to a whole new level. Preventing people from playing video games? I mean, that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
They're an all-powerful party. Their leader's primary goal is to make sure that the people are happy with their leadership. The people of China have to be able to see why they gave up their freedom and know exactly how it benefits them.
But how is banning video games worth giving up your freedom of speech? Banning video games is worth nothing at all.
So you mean video games are worthless?
Huh?
You just said banning video games is worth nothing at all. I agree. You're right. You're absolutely right, Baani. Video games are totally worthless.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant the worth of video games is higher than anything else, obviously. What can anyone gain from giving up video games? I don't understand, Billy.
First of all, the rule is 3 hours of video games a week. 1 hour between 8 and 9 on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So it's not really giving up, is it?
Just my last game of Dungeons and Dragons lasted 4 whole hours. So yes, I would say that's as good as giving up.
Parents were complaining that playing video games is all that their children were doing. In fact, their children were getting anxious, depressed, sometimes violent. A lot of parents actually asked the government to step in.
What? I mean, I guess I understand that, but
But what? Even the WHO has set guidelines that advise against too much video game playing.
well, they could add warnings to the games, maybe even restrict playing to the weekends. But monitoring the hours, that seems a bit much. Anyway, you know what? People can just enter fake names and ages.
Video games in China will have to make it a requirement for all Chinese players to provide official ID proofs. So,
What are they gonna do next? Watch the kids all day? Check what they eat, when they sleep, what they do on the internet? What kind of music they like to listen to?
yes, and yes. The Chinese government wants to have total control over the way their society looks. China's authorities do all of that already.
What?
Remember Operation Empty Plate? The Chinese bid to punish people when they wasted food? And then when they banned mukbang? Well, they've introduced a new series of drastic controls. Celebrities and the country's most powerful people have been removed, entirely removed even from the internet.
How can you wipe someone off the internet altogether?
Chinese internet?
Oh god, Billy. Is this one of your conspiracy theories that I'm getting trapped in?
No, this is true. China has exceptionally strict internet controls. They don't have Google, YouTube, Wikipedia, Netflix.
They don't have Netflix?
Relax, it's not like they don't have entertainment. They just have their own entertainment apps. And those apps are strictly controlled by the government. Everything on Chinese internet follows the rules set by the Communist Party. So, if the party wants someone off the internet, then the chances are they'll be off the internet.
I don't get it. I just don't. Why does China want to change everything? In just 70 years, they've gone from being an impoverished nation to the world's second or maybe even first most powerful nation. The party has total control over everything, clearly. So why can't they just let the Chinese people be as they are?
Baani, on the surface, everything seems great. But beneath that, Chinese society is facing a big problem. See, China grew so fast that it grew unequally. The rich are super rich while the poor, they struggle. Chinese culture is so focused on wealth that the competitive cutthroat nature of society is getting out of hand.
I actually learnt about that recently while playing Among Us. Did you know that people are getting so tired of struggling that many young folk are just giving up? Did you know that my friend XVC322 was a believer of Tang Ping?
Oh my god! You know about the Tang Ping movement?
Of course! People used it to protest the 996.
996?
Basically working 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. And even after that, struggling to live a life with any kind of luxuries.
Yuck! Ugh, yuck. Thank God for Tang Ping. Just lay flat and do nothing at all. What a great philosophy.
You're a natural disciple of Tang Ping, Billy. I can hardly remember a time that you weren't lying flat and doing nothing.
And can you name anything better than that?
Yes, video games, for sure.
Ugh. Anyway, like Tang Ping, the government doesn't like video games because it makes the youth lazy and they need to work. If China has to stay as powerful as it is, they need soldiers and hardworking people building up the community.
But why not just lure workers in with money and rewards like we do over here?
Because China is a communist nation and they want everyone to be somewhat equally rich.
Oh, I get it. So basically, they want their citizens to work because they love their country and not so that they can amass enough wealth so they don't have to work anymore.
Exactly. To be honest, though, I just don't see that happening. Work, it's unlikable. It's unnatural. We were all put on this planet to chill. Now that's Tang Ping.
This just doesn't add up for me, Billy. You know what? My friend just told me that they are in fact trying to reduce the workload in China. They're giving less homework. There are no after school private classes. There are fewer exams. There's basically no stress. There's more sports. There's family time. In fact, the government is helping its citizens relax.
Exactly.
Well, but they also banned Tang Ping.
There are two facts to note here, Bani. First of all, they're helping children relax. But when adults try it, the government shuts down the movement.
Oh, and they're cutting private classes so that everyone can only learn what the government wants them to learn.
The new generation of the world's largest political party. These new members will be the ones to carry on communism in China's new era.
The Xi Jinping school of thought, where everything is done according to the principles of one man.
So everyone learns only to love China and want to work just for the glory of the country.
Good work, Barney. The Chinese government is just making sure that people aren't too tired of working even before they're adults.
Once the new theoretical thoughts are enshrined, they could lead the country in an irreversible direction.
I don't know, Billy. Even if I were to disregard the ban on video games, don't you think they should focus more on creative, broad-minded, innovative thinking? I mean, soon enough there will be robots to do all of the mindless work. Then what do you do with a group of people who haven't thought critically about anything ever?
I mean, they'll still learn science and math and the rest of it. We'll just have to wait and see if Xi Jinping's thoughts are smart enough for an entire country. But I also see your point there, Barney. I suppose video games haven't fried your brains just yet.
Well, I am glad that we've established that it is me who is in fact whatever you call it.
Sure, if you say so. I'm about to play the band Tang Ping song and lie flat and take a nap.
Well, I'm going to listen to the band Tang Ping song, lying flat and playing a video game.
躺平是王道，躺平可也可不到。